Hey, everybody. It's Amanda Her from Amanda Her Coaching, and I am so glad that you have decided to join me today for Career Next. This is real talk for women who mean business. So I am a little late today, and the reason why is because I just launched my podcast. And if you have the time, go check out Apple or Spotify, and you'll be able to find the Career Next podcast available to you updated weekly. So take a look. And the first episode is up today. So today we're going to talk about, in honor of Valentine's Day, we're talking about falling in love with your career again. Meaning that if you are feeling burnt out or if you're feeling like your career just isn't what you thought it was going to be, how can you fall back in love with what you do? Because it's extremely important to enjoy what you do and enjoy your career because that's actually going to bleed into the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that what you do is actually something that you're passionate about or that is not just something that pays the bills. And I think that one of the key components of this conversation is women, such as myself, and probably you, if you're watching this, are basically grew up. If you're 40 and above, you grew up in a business environment where, first of all, women were kind of newer. We weren't equal, and we're still not as equal as we should be, but we're getting there. But back in the day, you were newer, you weren't necessarily equal, unfortunately, and you basically did whatever it was you chose to do because it paid the bills, and you didn't change your job. You just plodded through and thinking about career happiness or career environment or career passion wasn't really in the conversation. That has changed over time, and that's what we're talking about today. So we are, it's okay, and we do deserve career happiness, and we do deserve career joy, and we do deserve career success. And it is important to stop and think to yourself, is this what I want to do? So I'm going to share my screen here. And with it is a presentation just to help me stay on track. But here you'll see a presentation, and it's called The 4 Ways to Fall in Love with Your Career Again. So the 4 ways to fall in love with your career again is basically because you may be that person who is burnt out, and you may be that person who isn't done with their career, but they want something different. And that's again what we're going to talk about. But just to give you an idea, if you haven't met me or haven't been on Career Next previously, to give you an idea of who I am, my name is Amanda. I own Amanda Her Coaching. I'm a career and leadership coach. I'm a former Fortune 500 executive. I was vice president of advertising sales for CNN. I had been there for 17 years when I left, and I left about a decade ago. So I created my company, and I actually coach and support. I like to call it I empower mid-career women who are looking to, decide what's next. Is it something that's currently in the career or the job that they're in? Or is it something completely different where they're going to transfer their talents into something totally new? And it's one of the things that just lights me up. It is what I am passionate about. And I feel like everyone deserves to love their career just as much as I do. I am also a mother to one fabulous teenage daughter, and I am maid to 2 small dogs. So let's start. Let's talk about falling in love with your career. So, number one, aligning your career with your passions is the very start of what we're talking about. So, the first step is really to decide what are you passionate about? What is your passion? And if you're not sure, if you're like, Amanda, that's great, but I really don't know what I'm passionate about, or if you're saying, well, I'm passionate about stuff, but nothing at work, it's really, the foundation of loving your career starts here. So stopping and thinking to yourself, what do I love to do in my career? What lights me up? What do I wish I could do more of? And really taking it from there, because that's how you're going to uncover the passion that we're talking about for your career. That's how you're going to uncover, whether or not the current career that you have is in alignment with that passion. So if it's in alignment with the passion that you have, and you know, I love my career and I'm just a little bored or I'm like overwhelmed and burnt out, the question becomes, how can you get more of that joy? How can you align more with that passion? How can you actually make the changes that you need to make where you currently are in order for everything to come back into alignment? If the answer is, my career has nothing to do with what I'm passionate about, I'm just there to get a paycheck, then you are more than likely burnt out. You're more than likely unhappy, and it's bleeding into other areas of your life as well. That stress and that overwhelm is bleeding into other things. So the question for you then becomes, how can you then take control and start looking at other industries or other positions at other places, or maybe even within your company, that fulfill that passion or align closely with that passion? And there are other places. It's not, every passion has a place. So where is that place, and how can you align yourself with it? If it's somewhere where you're at, great. If not, and it's something totally different, side hustle, second act of your career, that's fine too. That's okay. But you need to admit that to yourself. So then you research where in your company or other companies that could actually bring you that passion, or ways that they actually do it with their company so you can bring that to your company. And also, find what will allow you to grow the talent that's in alignment with that passion. So where is it that you can grow your talents to do more of what you love? The whole key of everything that we're going to talk about today is that I can give you these tools, or I can tell you about these things, but at the end of the day, you're the one that has to put them into action. You are in control of your career. So it's not your boss, it's not your coworkers, it's not your family. You decide what you want your experience in your career to be, and whether or not you want to create something that is more in alignment with that passion that you have. And you also have the ability to decide how far you want to take it. So knowing that you're in control and nobody else is in control will help you align yourself with these passions. So when you are in working in your passion, you're feeling easier to, you're feeling more fulfilled, you're feeling more excited, you're feeling like you want to go to work and not just like you have to go to work. And it actually will start to consume your thoughts because you're going to love what you do. The second thing that you can do is learn and develop new skills. So now that you are like, okay, my career is aligning with my passion, or my career needs to align with my passion, and I need to think about what I want to do, look at the different types of training that are available to you. So don't shut down, a training or an opportunity to go to a conference because you feel like you're too busy. That's what's getting you burnt out, or that's what's getting you bored. Take the opportunity to actually learn something new, because that's going to unleash new opportunities and new thought processes for you. The other thing that happens is you meet other people who maybe are in another industry, but they have one commonality, and that's why they're at this conference. But you're learning how they handle things, or you're learning that they're dealing with the same things you are. So you're not crazy, whatever it happens to be. But open yourself up to new experiences and new learnings, because that is what's going to get you unstuck from where you are. And if you think that you don't have time for this, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you have time to waste being bored or burnt out? You might have 10, 20, 25 years left in your career. Is this all you want? And if your answer is like yes, then, this probably isn't the live stream for you. So think about it. Where can you grow? Where can you develop? How can you learn new things? Who are you going to meet when you go out and learn new things? So that's number 2. Number 3 goes along with this, and it's build relationships. So you may say, I have relationships with people that I work with. People already know me. I don't need to network. Like, I have a reputation, and I get that. I did too. But what I would put to you is, maybe they know who you are, but they don't know you. Or maybe they know what you do, but they don't know you. Have you really built a relationship? Is there actually a relationship there? Or is it a work type of thing where they know who you are, what you do, what you can get done for them, what your position is? Or do they know who you are, all those things, and what you're passionate about, what your goals are, what your family life is like? Like, do they know you as a person? So building those relationships is going to deepen your connection to your team, and it's also going to deepen connection to others within your industry. And when you're showing everyone that you appreciate their contributions, it opens a door to collaborate on different things. So collaborating on something new, creating a project, creating ideas, doing something different. These are all things that ring your bell most likely, and they're going to get you out of the rut that you're in. And you're also going to have the opportunity to figure out, okay, well, I'm passionate about leadership, so I want to create this group about leadership. Who else is passionate about leadership? Okay, Joanne in another division is passionate about leadership. I want to get together with her and build a relationship so that we can build something new and exciting within the company that we're currently in. Or you can build something outside of your company, build a networking group of women or a group of board of directors where you can get together and support each other, whatever it might be. Where's your passion? And then build relationships around that. Because when you feel supported and you feel valued and you feel like you're doing something of importance, it does help you enjoy your career, and it helps you really invest more in your actual career, which will then blossom out to the happiness that you have around your whole life. And number 4, focus on the bigger picture. So you may be burnt out, you may be stressed, you may be feeling overwhelmed. And that's, these are all very normal things to feel when you're very busy. But taking a step back and thinking about the bigger picture can be very helpful. So why did you choose this industry that you're in? What was it that brought you to the company that you're currently in? What did you love about your career when you first started? What was it that drove you to go to that next level and where you're at? And if all of those questions lead you to, okay, this is why I'm doing something, this is why, I'm in charge of this project, whatever it might be, it's going to help you remember exactly why you created the career that you created. But if the answer is, I was doing it just to get a paycheck, or I did it just because I had the degree or whatever it was, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should be doing it. So if you haven't aligned your passions, if you are overwhelmed, if you don't enjoy the relationships that you have, if this is just something you're doing and it's a job, not a career, because there is a difference. You do a job, you enjoy a career, then you need to make some hard decisions and really start to take a look at, what your passions are, what your skills are, what you love to do, and start really being honest with yourself. So the outcome of this, when you're looking at the bigger picture, it's going to help you understand exactly what you're doing right now, like why you're doing it. And then it's going to actually help you decipher, this is just a time, this is just a period, this is just a season, and help you get out of your, or it's going to help you decipher if you're not in the right place and how to get there. So looking at the big picture can be a very powerful thing to do when falling in love with your career. So it is possible, no matter what stage of career you're in, to fall in love with your career again by aligning your career passions, continuously learning, building positive relationships with others, and focusing on the big picture. You can unstick yourself from where you're at and open up new possibilities in any stage of your career. So I hope these strategies have helped you. I hope that they help you move forward in whatever direction that you want to go, because remember, you are the one that creates your success. You created this success. You're going to create whatever success you want in the future. And also, I just want to say I do appreciate, again, you spending the time with me today. And this is the end of this topic, but it is not the end of our conversation. So thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.